Oh, we're good. Okay. I'm Tyler. I'm going to give you a little technique I stumbled upon. Why to use dependency injection? You want separation of concerns. You want to make your dependencies minimal and explicit. Like you want to write a function that depends on something but doesn't depend on all the things. And mocking for testing, obviously. And maybe you don't want your testing to be super confusing and complicated to write. So you do the naive thing. You have a interface. This is showing some, like the beginning of some test code, and your interface has some cost function in this case, and you're going to override it with some value, and you're going to pass it into this optimizer thing. Here's optimizer thing. Not really that interesting, but what I'm going to show you is a pretty, there's nothing magic here. I'm using standard function. If you take standard function as a parameter, your test becomes trivial to write. And as we learned yesterday, maybe I could take a function pointer here and be even fancier. But this is this seems really obvious to me now, but it didn't seem so obvious before. And if you embrace writing functions that take functions, you no longer need a really complicated mocking library. You no longer need to write really like nastily complicated tests. Like tests can be easier to write, and we need to lower the barrier of entry to tests. And this is a way to do it. Also, this has another side effect, right? You remember you have those complicated objects that have, I don't know, all sorts of state and stuff, and this function really only needs to call one function on it. It doesn't need to know about all that state. You can inject that through a lambda. In your test, you don't have to worry about like all those other dependencies of that complicated object that you don't need in your test. Anyway, I'm Tyler Weaver. I work at Picnic Robotics. We build robotic software for robotic arms. Most of it's open source. Come talk to me if you'd like. That's it.